Hey everybody, Mike here, and welcome to the channel. Well, you guys asked about my favorite survival movie. Well, here's my top 10. I hope you enjoy it. Alrighty guys, number 10 on my list, Life of Pi. Released in 2012. I think it's a really cool movie. I've seen it a number of times actually. I'm not going to give away too much of the story, but in general what we're talking about is a son of a zookeeper. And he travels with his dad from India to Canada because they want to live there, but their ship goes down. He ends up in a life raft with a number of animals and has to survive, right? Now, it made my top 10 because it's a very original movie. It's based off of a book. The movie itself gets 2 points. Well, it did make my top 10. One of the reasons why it got 2 points is because of the 3D CG work. Now, I know it's pretty much impossible to do this with live animals, but considering the fact that I'm a 3D artist myself, I do have some issues with the 3D work in the movie, right? Anyway, that's not what this is about. As far as survival skills is concerned, I give it 1 point because there are not that many survival skills displayed in the movie, and it's not really a movie to watch if you want to learn a lot about how to survive, right? But nevertheless, it made my top 10. I liked it. Number 9 on my list, Flight of the Phoenix. This is a remake of a movie that was originally made in 1965. I think it's a pretty cool movie, especially from survival skills point of view. It's about basically a plane crash in the Gobi Desert, where they have to come up with a way to get out of there, right? And that's all I'm going to say about it. It's definitely worth the watch. As far as the movie is concerned, I gave it 1 point for the simple reason that because it's a somewhat older movie, the pace is slow and it can get a little monotonous at times, right? But nevertheless, a good movie. I certainly would watch it if I were you. Alright guys, well, number 8 on my list, Into the Wild. I would almost say the famous Into the Wild. I think everybody has seen this movie. It's definitely a movie you should watch. I gave it 4 points for that reason. Survival skills, especially considering the premise of the story, where a young guy decides to basically sell all his possessions and move to the middle of nowhere in Alaska to live amongst bears and so forth. Survival skills needed, yes, a lot. Did the main character in the movie had a lot of skills? Maybe not so much, but you know, that's up to you to decide, right? But a definite must watch. Alrighty guys, well, number 7 on my list. It's set in Utah, in Canyonlands Park actually. And the lead is by James Franco. It's a movie from 2010, and from a survival point of view, I give it 5 points. This is absolutely a movie about survival, no question. And yeah, as before, I'm not going to give away too much just in case you haven't seen it. But basically, it's somebody that's mountain biking in the park, and he gets into a predicament, and it takes him 127 hours to get out of that predicament, right? So movie rating is 6. Yeah, we're getting up there. It's definitely a movie to watch, and yeah, let me know in the comments if you have seen it, what you thought of it, right? Okay, moving on to number 6. Alright guys, here's my number 6, and I'm not sure if this movie has been released everywhere globally, so there is a chance that you might not have seen it. The movie's called Kon-Tiki. It's released in 2012, and it's about the Norwegian adventurer Thor Heyerdahl. He's played by Paul Sverhagen, and I'm probably butchering his name, so I apologize for that. And in 1947, he takes off on an adventure on a raft from Peru going due west because he has a suspicion that the South Islands were originally inhabited by people from South America. I gave the movie itself 3 points because a lot of it is on the ocean, and it's fine, but it's kind of slow pace for that reason. Survival skill point of view, however, 9 points. 9 out of 10 actually, because it is absolutely amazing to watch, right? So if you want to learn something about surviving while at sea, definitely check this out. Alrighty, number 5. Well, you expected this one, right? Tom Hanks in Castaway. Now, although this is a movie that is well over 20 years old, I can honestly say I've seen it at least 10 times. From a movie rating point of view, 7 points, because it's a really enjoyable watch. And from a survival skill point of view, 6 points, because there are a lot of skills displayed in this movie. How to make fire, how to build a shelter, how to find fresh water, and so on and so forth. So for that alone, it's definitely a good watch. Fun fact, actually, for those of you who have seen this movie, you know that the company FedEx is displayed in it quite a bit. They actually did not pay one single penny for that. So, my number 4 on the list, and I'm pretty sure you didn't expect this one, Shawshank Redemption, or The Shawshank Redemption, I should say. Is this a survival movie? 100%. It's about a long prison sentence and surviving in that prison setting, right? Very good roles by Tim Robbins and Morgan Freeman. The era is around 1947, and this contains a lot of survival elements. Maybe not necessarily, how to make fire and all kind of stuff, but more like how to survive in a high-pressure situation where all of society's rules go out of the window, right? And for that reason, I find it very interesting. I gave the movie 10 points, the highest number of points possible. I think it's an absolute brilliant movie. Survival skills, because it's more of a quote-unquote urban survival setting, I gave it 4 points, all right? Okay, on to the next one. Alrighty guys, well, we're getting up there. Number 3, the movie Arctic, released in 2018. The lead is played by Mads Mikkelsen, and I think this is an absolute brilliant movie. I gave the movie itself 5 points. It's about surviving in the Arctic after a plane crash. 5 points for the movie because it's the scenery is a lot of white snow and ice for a long period of time. Not a lot of talking going on in the movie, but that said, from a survival skills point of view, what they display in the movie, I gave it a maximum of 10 points. Because it's absolutely one of the best survival films I've ever seen, right? The way I rated these is based on the combined number of movie rating points and survival skills, but purely from a survival skill point of view, this movie has everything, right? So we're moving to the top, and actually there is no number 2 because there are 2 movies on number 1, and here we go. Alrighty guys, well, 2 movies in spot number 1 based on the combined points of movie rating and survival skills, and the first one we're going to talk about is this one, The Way Back. The Way Back is basically a prison break movie. It's during the era of World War II, where political prisoners escape from the Siberian Gulag, and they make a tremendous journey that is many, many months and through all sorts of terrain, desert, snow, mountains, everything. It's an incredible movie to watch. 8 points for that. Survival skills displayed. Pretty much everything you can think of. So if you haven't seen this movie, definitely check it out, right? And then we're going to go to the number 1, and that is, drumroll, The Revenant. You were probably wondering whether it would be in the list, right? Well, this movie is released in 2015, a little bit more recent than the others. The lead played by Leonardo DiCaprio. He did a brilliant performance, and I believe he actually received an Oscar for it. And this depicts the era of around 1823 in South Dakota. I gave the movie itself 9 points because it's just an overall brilliant movie. Survival skills 7, not because they're displayed incorrectly, but they're just slightly less displayed, right? Now, if you haven't seen The Reverend, then I suggest you drop everything right now, whatever you're doing, and watch it, right, immediately. This is a must watch. Well, that's it for my top 10, guys. Let me know in the comments if you agree or not, if you have any favorite movies and what you like about them, right? That's it for me. That's it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, you know what to do, right? And I'll see you in the next one. Bye.